Welcome back to the channel. Today, just a quick video just to sort of test the new setup. As you can see, I've got the new white background, so hopefully that'll cut down the shining radiance of my head. So today I want to talk about hyperbolic book, hyperbolic book taglines, hyperbolic book titles. I went to my Audible library and I had a sift through, and I stumbled across two books that one of them I can definitely make a video about, Churchill, that one there, about the SAS, and the other, maybe. I've read them both before. They're both awesome. They're both fantastic books. None of this is a reflection of the books themselves. They're brilliant. The one on Collingwood, Nelson's Hero, by, I'll scrap his name, Nelson's Hero by Max Adams is very, very good. It puts a lot of letters in there. He actually breaks down the Trafalgar myth. Always love when people do that. Trafalgar wasn't like this brilliant thing that Nelson just came up with. It was like it had been done before, and Nelson had known that it had been done before. It's actually a very good book to sort of contrasts Nelson as a sort of not out for himself, but the personal glory, personal ambition, whereas Collingwood was much more of a man of the service, duty first type guy. Not 100%, but he was more so than Nelson was. Anyway, that's for the old video. The book that Nelson's Hero, by the way, the tagline is part of this. It's deceptive. He was not Nelson's hero. He wasn't anywhere close to Nelson's hero. Nelson was Nelson's hero. Collingwood was not. It's bizarre. Now, if that is as in Nelson's fleet hero, well, Collingwood wasn't really serving under Nelson. He's 2IC at Trafalgar, but he spent almost 10 years after that not serving Nelson. That one is not as bad as this one. Damian Lewis, SAS Ghost Patrol. Again, this book definitely is the one that's getting a video. SIG, and Damian Lewis is a fantastic author. The way that he presents historical information in a way that doesn't make you want to, I don't know, do harm to yourself, like Aman with his History of the Peninsular Wars, which I'm also re-downloaded. I haven't actually listened to those fully yet, because it's quite hard to, because they're very long and boring. Well, not boring, but long, and nothing is ever left out, because it is a complete history of the peninsula. Anyway, Damian Lewis is a very good writer. His book is very easy to read. You know exactly what's going on all the time, but he doesn't drown you in information. My issue is with the tagline. SAS Ghost Patrol, fine. That's perfectly fine. It's that was the whole point of this unit, SAS Ghost Patrol. So for those who don't know, because I doubt any of you do, because I certainly didn't till I read the book. Basically, the book is about SIG, the Special Interrogations Group, members of the SAS and other members who dress up as Germans. And saying dress up as Germans is a very big understatement. They basically become Germans to infiltrate the German army in North Africa. But my issue, and the reason I'm making this video, is this line here. The ultra-secret unit that posed as Nazi stormtroopers. What? What? Okay, first of all, ultra-secret. You don't need the word ultra in there. And I get you, or you can put the word ultra. Ultra, when you're talking about World War II, generally refers to decoding the Enigma machine. Enigma does come up in this, but it's not a giant key part of it. The book is actually quite good. That's very good. There's a few times in the book where they basically you realize that military security is not anywhere near as bad as it looks in the James Bond movies. You can just bluff your way. They come to a checkpoint at one point where they're saying, well, we need the password, and they only have last month's password. So they basically just say, oh, we're in the desert for a month and we don't have the new one, and they rummage around, get drunk with the border guy, and they just lets it through. Yeah, it's a very, very good book. Okay, so ultra secret, you could have just said secret, and yeah, anyway. That posed as Nazi stormtroopers. This is the worst bit. Now, what's the one of the big things everyone knows about North Africa? What's one of the big things that everyone knows about Erwin Rommel and his dealings in North Africa? Is it that he had Hans von Luck as his battalion commander for his reconnaissance battalion? That's another good book too. Anyway, is it that Rommel, is it a number of things? Is it that he had to tow his tanks with trucks at one point because they ran out of fuel? Is it that is it that he was corroborating with the Arab soldiers in there? Because the Arabs actually at one point still thought that Bismarck was running around and that the Kaiser was in charge of Germany. No, it's that there were no SS in North Africa. Or except for that one police unit, there were no SS in North Africa. There were no Waffen-SS units in North Africa of any size to be of any relevance to this conversation or this video. There was a police unit in Tunisia, I believe, like who was basically just working with the French. Had nothing to do with Rommel. There were no SS in North Africa. Anyone who tries to tell you otherwise is just reinforcing the point that they weren't there. Because anytime someone says, well, I found this like half-sized company that was dealing in this like one town, it's like, yeah, that's because there weren't any there. If you say, well, there were no SS in Europe, you could just put Piper in Normandy or any of the other divisions or units on the Eastern Front or the Western Front. So there were no SS in North Africa, I say for the 100th time, because apparently Damian Lewis, I do not blame for this at all. This is absolutely an editor thing, or a publisher thing. He's not responsible. He's a great author, and there's no way he would have written that. That is absolutely a publisher or an editor thing who has final say over the cover. Nazi refers to somebody who's probably a member of the NSDAP, the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party, which even if we just take the word Nazi to mean German, let's be very charitable and say that Nazi just means German, and that Stormtrooper means SS of any kind. Not true. That's not what they're doing in the book. Let's say that the word, even if you take the broadest definition possible, it's just not true. They're dealing with Italians for a lot of the book too. So what the hell? The Nazi stormtroopers, and a lot of the time they're dealing with Italians. Also, mainly Germans, but there are Italians in there, and yeah, it's just, it drives me insane to see. You should judge books by the cover. You should judge this book by the cover. As you can see, it's a bunch of SAS guys driving around the desert in a Jeep. That's what the book's about. That's what it's about. It's not about, because when I just read the cover, I actually just saw the text come up, and it's like, SAS Ghost Patrol, the ultra-secret unit that posed as Nazi stormtroopers, and I thought, oh wow, this is going to be it's a true story, it's in the non-fiction section. This is going to be about some SOE operatives who were like seconded from the SAS, sent into the SOE, Special Operations Executive, and the MI5 or MI6, I can never get them right in my head, the guys who would do the foreign intelligence. And they were sent into Germany undercover, like to infiltrate the administrative department of the SS, and they were going to like find all the documents and prove things. No, it's not about that at all. But you know, that's the titles that can really mess with the story, or not even the story, the actual reality. It just drives me insane. So I partially wanted to just record a video to see how the lighting turned out. But also, this just bugged me when I went to my library. It's unnecessary. It's not in any way accurate, and it's not even accurate. It's not even inaccurate in the way that like that's a very common mistake to make, like saying that there were no New Zealanders in the Italian campaign. There were. People don't know that. A lot of people don't know. They actually have a really cool camouflage pattern for their tanks. That's ridiculously way off topic. Sorry. But it's not even something like that people just don't know. Or, you know, of any of 100 other historical facts that are just sort of niche or it's not a common thing. No SS in North Africa is very common knowledge among people who know about the Second World War. And even if you know, one of the first things you're likely to hear about North Africa in the Second World War is, well, it was unique because it was literally the only place in the entire war where there were no SS. That's what you're going to. There were SS in Italy, not in North Africa. So yeah, book's fantastic. Keep an eye out for a not a review video, but like a video so that I can learn things from the book and then tell them to you, so I look smart because I look like you know how those go. I'll read the book, tell you about it. Special Operations Special Interrogation Group, SIG, is fascinating. A lot of Jews in SIG, deliberately recruited, by the way, for being Jewish. It's very interesting, and I hope I can read this quickly and get the video out to you. So, yeah, if you're going to be an editor or if you're a publishing company, please just keep your titles. Make them as promoty and as celebratory and as big and as bold as you like, but make them accurate. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.